Hello, ghosts, goblins, and ghouls. I almost said the ghouls, but you know. And hello, Aitor. Introduce yourself. Damn. Aitor just said no. I said, Aitor, introduce
What?
yourself. Aitor just went silent.
Did you not hear that?
No.
Great.
What did you do?
I just. Never mind. My comments weren't heard, that is all.
Do you want to try again? Or no?
I exist sometimes, usually in the background for the most part.
I'm genuinely curious what you said and why it wasn't heard.
Did you. Okay, I repeated it and it still didn't.
No, I heard you that time.
Okay.
Did you say the same thing?
Yes?
Okay, that's really weird. Okay, I don't know why I didn't hear you the first time, and my audio also didn't pick you up, so that's really weird. So what are we talking about today, Aitor?
For gore.
You forgore? What? You're not me. You can't forgore. That's illegal.
I'll forget what I want. You.
I kid, of course. We know what we're talking about today. We're talking about Henry Selick's newest movie, Wendell and Wild. We have some pretty tough things to say on it, but I think overall we like it.
I want to say no out of spite.
I mean, okay. Let's talk about the good before we talk about the bad. Character design. Character design is wonderful. It's a bit hard to get like understanding of the first time because they look like dolls and they kind of look weird, but I think every character looks really good in my opinion.
I don't know if difficult to understand is the right word. It's just an. Uh, yeah, you see, local woman is introduced to the concept of an art style.
Hey, okay, they look like dolls and I really like it. I didn't like it at first when I saw the movie
That's
because I
past
thought it was cringe, but I do like it now.
that's past use issues. Okay,
Yeah.
that's good. I guess.
I especially like how Wild looks. I think he is my favorite character in this style, and I don't know why. I just think he looks really good. He looks very silly.
Hmm. Also, shout out to literally Donald Trump.
Yeah, yeah. And I love how much it looks like a toupee.
Yeah, well, that's because there's a toupee.
Yeah, but like,
You,
like you can tell from scene one with him that it looks like a toupee.
hmm.
Like I don't know. Like I think from scene one I could tell that was a toupee, and I'm like, that's a toupee. That's a really good job on a toupee. The only character I really dislike the design of is Shaban, and you've seen Shaban now. You know what she looks like.
I, it's, yeah, but I wouldn't call the. I wouldn't call this like an intense. It's just, well, of course it's different. It's weird. It's like, for again, we're playing with a lot of different shapes, and that's just kind of inevitable.
Yeah, I guess I'm not. I don't really hate her design. It's just I think she looks worse than every other character. So
Hmm.
she seems like the outlier.
Eh, I don't know. I feel like as a whole there's the cohesive uncohesiveness. Not sure about the rest of the voice cast. Was kind of pleasantly surprised to hear that James Hong was in this.
Yeah. So now that you've looked at father level bests, who the fuck does he look like? Cause I know he looks like someone, and I can't put my
Don't
finger
you,
on who.
don't you mean sounds like? Or wait, no. Of course, I
Looks
made that
like,
clear.
looks like.
I don't.
I know he's supposed to look like his voice actor, but like, I don't know. He looks like one of those like popular like live TV show fuckers, you know,
Mm,
like
hmm.
Maury.
I don't know. Ish.
I don't know. Maybe I'm just insane. If you know, put it in the comments.
Took
If
you
you know,
took,
if you know
took
what
you
I'm
long enough
talking
to
about.
realize.
If you know what I'm talking about, put it in the comments.
Hmm.
Um, yeah. Unless Aitor figures out who it is that I'm talking about in editing, then don't put in the comments.
Put in the comments, regardless. We thrive off spite here at
Actually, we do. Zipporah
Zipporah
Inc.
company. Still not a real company. We're getting there.
Not really. Like, okay, for legal reasons, we're not a company. If I was a company,
Here we go.
if I was a company, I might have to start paying you.
Sure.
As long as it's not a real company and I don't get paid for this, I don't think I have to pay you. And also because it's a favor, so I don't think I have to pay you because of that.
Yeah.
But you know, I'll pay you,
Yes.
of course, eventually.
Right. Regardless.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's see. Yeah, that's the thing. It's just kind of a. Again, I like the concept of the world building of this.
Yeah.
This amusement park in hell, which is within on top of the demon himself. But,
Yeah.
of course, the Xenoblade fan is a fan of this specific concept.
And I mean, Belzar is a kind of like an impending villain. Like he kind of feels like a Chekhov's gun sort of villain. If you know what a Chekhov's gun, it's like when they show a gun on screen, they have to use it. Sometimes they have to shoot that gun.
Hmm.
Yeah.
You don't have to explain that to me. It's.
Well, I'm explaining it to the viewers. Maybe the viewers don't know what
My
Chekhov's gun
apologies.
is.
Apologies. Okay, so you're explaining it to me.
Yeah. Explaining it to you in editing. You know, when you have to edit.
Right.
But,
I was thinking a mean joke.
I don't know. Belzar kind of feels like he needs to be used as a villain, which he is, for like 5 seconds.
No, the entire ending was Chekhov's firing squad. Let's be real.
Yeah, but
That's the thing,
it kind of felt disappointing. To be honest.
That's the thing. It's sensible. That's the thing. It's very intricate. There's a lot going on. It's all set up and paid off.
Yeah.
And I can applaud that, but it's too much. We never have time to stay on one thing, which I think is. Which is a shame because I feel like, because that's the thing, because this is a film with a lot of fun ideas, but we just don't have time to stick with any of them before moving to the next big thing.
This is supposed to be the good section. We should stop talking about bad things. I really like the score. Like River and Ghost Town. Those are really good songs. Really good choice.
Right.
Aitor, did you have subtitles on while you watched the movie? I always did.
Yes, I do. I like the subtitles very much.
Okay, so the only song that I felt wasn't really fitting was Girlfriend, and I think that played right when Father Level Best was revived. I think Girlfriend played.
I'll be honest with you, I wasn't paying too much attention to that aspect.
Okay, well,
The score
I like
the
paying
score
attention
was
to
just
score.
there.
I like
Weekly
paying
notes
attention
on
to
insult.
scores.
Cool. That's just not where my attention was.
I personally love music. Music is like one of my main focuses. I want to write music one day. So I don't know.
Chop, chop.
Maybe we'll see music videos on this channel. Just kidding. No, you won't. Unless you politely ask.
Cover Oogie Boogie's villain song, you coward.
Oh God, no. God, no. I see. I can't sing. I can write music, but I can't sing.
I thought you took classes for that sort of thing.
I did. I don't like how I sound.
I don't think that's an issue with singing. So I don't know. I wouldn't know.
Yeah, I think it is for me. So.
Forgive me. I'm trying to time my coughs so that in editing they're relatively easy to get rid of.
The fair, valid.
Let's see. Well, we addressed. Okay, well, we did a prior recording to this, which cannot be seen because of technical issues.
We'll put
Raoul was actually way.
little bits of
Raoul's identity was actually way more explicit than I thought it would be.
But not really. It's kind of like it's easily explained, but they don't really focus on it, which I'm kind of happy about.
I mean, yeah, but like, I mean, with it, like when we talk about when he addresses being a former member of Siobhan's friend group as one of the poodles, as he puts it, we do see him pre-transition in that picture, which is pretty self-explanatory. Other comments like his mother clarifying that she has a son twice, implying that that she was quote unquote corrected on the other side of the phone. But like obviously again, it's just one bit of its character, but like it's still pretty clear.
Yeah.
There's no ambiguity here. Raul's really likable, but again, I don't think I got enough time with him.
I think I would have liked more time with Raoul because I think Raoul is one of the best characters. I don't know. I think I would have liked more time to like see Kat grow to like Raoul and make a friend.
Yeah, that seems to be the arc that's being set up. But well, again, we have to focus our attention elsewhere. Wasn't exactly expecting a critique of the American prison system.
The what?
The American prison system. It's
Oh yeah.
very cut and dry.
Yeah. I don't really know much about prisons, so I didn't know that was an actual critique.
And fairly certain it's a satire on it. I mean, again, we have Trump as one of the Claxons, and basically, Trump caricature is one of the analogs.
Yeah, I would say a caricature because he's not really that close to Trump. Because,
yeah, but the exaggerated aspects, ignoring the skin tone difference, he's still but he's still very clearly meant to be identifiable as Trump.
Yeah, I agree with you. Yeah.
But yeah, there's anti-capital. Hey, critique about the American
I don't know.
prison system. How it's there to make money and doesn't actually help reform anyone.
Yeah, and his kind of thing is that he's kind of the more reserved one, because his wife does most of. Also, I think Irmgard is my fucking favorite name ever.
It's a name, right?
And I don't know why. I just think it's really funny. Like, who the fuck names their kid Irmgard? Like, who thought of
that? Irmgard's a German name.
Is it really?
And yeah, I'm just checking. Means, according to the source, complete and universal.
Honestly, that does kind of fit. Okay, something I think is the starting plot is wonderful. I think the tragic hurt kid story is always really good. Kid's parents die. She goes off to a shelter home. Very, very good story, usually. It allows for a lot of plot devices. Did not think they would bring her parents back at first, but I mean that is kind of the plot of the movie, I guess. But like, it doesn't really feel like it kind of feels like a already done trope, where like the kid wants to get their parents back, but then they end up realizing that the real family is the one they already have. Which
I suppose I do feel like it's also just the fact that she was too young to. It's using the film's premise to really deal with her feelings regarding mortality, since she was too young to really process that.
Yeah.
And we still have the family stuff, but like, I don't know. It's definitely too quick for it to be convincing. It's a bit of a recurring theme.
I wish they would have chose a plot line. I think they should have made a decision whether they wanted to go Hellmaiden or wanted to go hardened prison child. I don't know. I think they could have done both. I just think it would have been better, like, on its own and not all in one place, because it kind of feels rushed in the end. I might as well say we're in the bad section of the movie now, because, like, we're going to complain a bit.
No, that's really it. It's just kind of that there's just the limited space to tell the story means that this very articulate script is not able to use its full potential.
I think if we would have had a prequel exploring Hellmaidens as a thing, I maybe would have been a little happier with the movie.
We still could get that, but just realistically, well, it's stop motion. I don't need to tell you the difficulty and time and effort put into a god to a art form which requires millions of photos, literally.
Yeah, I will say for a movie that is just millions of photos, it actually looks really good. I mean, it's not Nightmare Before Christmas, but you know, it's good.
Mm.
Which is
And to
odd
be fair,
because Nightmare Before Christmas is older. You know?
mm, I, d- I don't know. I don't know how fairly compare them. I'd say actually. Mm.
I guess
I
it's
think
not
it's
really that
just.
fair. Yeah.
I mean, if we're talking from an animation standpoint, then fine. But I don't. I do agree that there were certain modes. I don't know. It's been too long since I've seen the former, so I wouldn't know.
Yeah. Um, okay, so now you know what I'm talking about. For context, earlier in the later video, I had talked about how the bully character that bullies Cat looks a lot like Beryl from Night Before Christmas. Do you think I'm
Hmm.
insane? Do you think I'm insane saying that?
You are insane, but I do agree that the comparison is apt.
Okay, okay. See, I can kind of see it. A bit of me thinks it's just a reference to Henry Selick's oldest work, oldest stop
Hmm.
motion work, I think.
Hmm.
But it could also just be a thing connecting the movies.
I'm inclined to disagree with both. In caricatures, there's only so many things you can stylize, and this one's just a case of the background character teeth were what was decided to be focused on.
I guess.
And so, to that end, I mean, if it could be a preference, sure, but like, I wouldn't see the point in calling back and like directly connecting the films if you're going to do something with that.
Yeah. I mean,
I'm,
I don't think they would
I,
do anything with it. I doubt there'd be, like, because they don't really seem to be, like, any movies that would have a reason to connect.
no.
You know, unless like, there's a sequel. I don't know. I don't know. Like this seems kind of weird as like a Henry Selick movie because like all the other Henry Selick movies, like Corpse Bride and Coraline and James and the Giant Peach, they kind of don't feel like there's too much to do because they feel like they focus on the plot. But this movie just kind of feels like there's too much. Like they wanted to do too many things. And I don't want to like dash their ambitions. It's a good idea to do a lot of things, but like you know you gotta pace it.
Hmm.
Make the movie longer if you have to, just to make it make sense.
Hmm.
I mean, we've seen movies that are really long do wonderful. I mean, Spider-Verse, that came out this year. That's a wonderfully long
Uh,
movie.
Oppenheimer.
God, I haven't even seen that movie. Honestly, I'm
Oh
not
yeah,
going to.
it's 3 hours long, and that's kind of because just how long it needs to take to tell its story.
And I think a lot of people are excited about the FNAF movie. That's gonna be 3 hours long. I'm kind
The
of,
fuck?
yeah. Five Nights at Freddy's movie is 3 hours long. I'm kind of, it's kind of crazy.
Yeah, no, I don't know, I feel like we really need a mute Nicolas Cage to really sell the film.
Hmm, I don't know. We've got Matthew Lillard, and I mean he's pretty good in horror stuff, so I'm pretty happy.
Okay.
I've been making jokes about Shaggy as the purple guy for so long, ever since Matthew Lillard was announced as the purple guy. So
Nothing.
I've just been
Like
like,
Zoink,
like Zoink
like
Scoob.
Zoinks,
Oh,
like
good.
Zoink Scoob. These kids are fucking dead.
Like Zoink Scoob. I killed all those kids.
Hate when that happens. Such a relatable Afton moment.
Yeah, such a relatable William Afton. I wonder if I'll have Michael in this movie because Michael, I mean he's Michael. I mean you don't know much FNAF lore, do
Well,
you, Aitor?
I've seen the Bumbles McFumbles video and I've had enough.
Okay, so you don't
Which
really know
basically
that much.
covers everything.
Okay. I was really surprised with you when I talked about Chica and I did the funny Chica quote and you were like that's Chica and I'm like what the fuck how do you know that's Chica?
Bumbles McFumbles.
Yeah, I
It
guess,
covers
huh?
it. It was in the list of things that didn't mean anything.
Yeah.
along with the box.
Yeah, the FNAF 4 box does not mean anything, which is kind of ass. Um, I think I'm the same as everyone with this series. I kind of wonder where it would have went if Scott would have continued with it.
Hmm.
With Steel Wool, it seems we're continuing the books. You know what? That's what we'll
Interesting.
do next Halloween, guys. We'll talk about FNAF. We'll talk about the FNAF movie.
Yay.
No, we won't. We'll talk about another stop motion movie, or we'll talk about the FNAF movie. If I get enough likes for it, you know, or if I have a Patreon and you guys vote for us to talk about the FNAF movie, you know, we'll
How
do
many
that.
likes are we talking here?
Um,
What's our criteria?
like, I don't know. We're a very small YouTube channel. Let's go with 20. Let's go with 20. That's a small number.
Yeah, no, that,
Seems
yeah,
fair.
that works.
I
That's
doubt
alright.
we'll get 20 viewers, but you know, hey, if every viewer that sees this video likes it, then I'm sure we'll get enough. I mean, I'd be really surprised if this video got any views, because like this movie's a little old. It was released last year.
That's your definition of old.
It's the internet's definition of old.
Ah, okay.
Trends die out in like 3 seconds. You gotta catch them when they're quick.
I've noticed. I noticed.
Um, let's talk a little bit more about this movie. I think I'm definitely excited for what Henry Selick will do next, because I don't think this is his last movie. So
No.
I'm kind of interested to see what's next, and a little bit of me wonders if it will be a sequel to this movie or if it'll be a completely new movie.
Oh, he's 70.
He's
Stop motion's a
70?
bit of a, and stop motion's a bit of a lofty process. He started this when he started working on this one in 2015.
Really?
Yeah.
I think we can get maybe one more movie then.
Yeah.
I think this is a good Netflix movie that's come out, and I mean, how long has it been since a good Netflix movie came out? Actually, not that long. Nimona came out recently. That's a really good Netflix movie.
I've not seen it.
But you haven't seen Nimona?
Well, a certain someone is gonna well, a certain someone's gonna inevitably convince me to because it was Nate Stevenson production. But yeah.
It's a really good movie. I would heavily recommend it.
By the way, do you hear him breathing?
Who breathing?
Okay, no, you don't.
The dog that you have, or no?
Miko is getting some rest. I will send a picture later and most certainly put it in the video because he's a very good boy.
Okay,
When he wants to
that's
be.
very cute. I do
no,
not
no,
hear
no,
your
no.
dog breathing then.
I just said cat.
Oh, cat. Well, the
Wait,
fact
what?
that I couldn't tell the difference, then I don't know. I don't know.
I not specified.
I-
I just said Miko.
Yeah, I think you just said Miko. I didn't know that was your cat's name. Let me look at this very cute picture of this cat. Oh, that's a very cute picture of the kitty.
Yes, yes.
You-
I start most
You start most
start most
conversations?
conversation
Sorry.
with. Yes, I start most conversations using him just a helping reminder of how handsome he is because I literally don't know how to do small talk.
Okay.
Like, I
Okay.
just like group chat. Like to be clear, it's group chat, so I don't just suddenly walk up to someone with a phone in hand, like, "Oi, look, the cat."
Honestly, that might actually
Got it.
work. Okay, this is how I'm gonna talk to girls from now on. I'm gonna take a picture of Elback Flipa when I get him. Yeah, I'm gonna talk to girls that way. Thank you for this
Bit of an
info.
a bit of an unconventional pussy pick, but it works.
Oh. But anyways, this movie is really good. I'm glad we've stopped talking about it.
I do wonder what I'll do. I do wonder how much of this I mean, well, realistically, there'd be a bunch I'd cut out just due to it's unrelated or stuff like your name change or whatever. But I don't. Well, I have things to think about, I guess,
Yeah.
in terms of what to keep. I mean, generally speaking, I think like you could keep, like, which is like I'd be half tempted to send you this file as Duckcast Gaiden.
Cast Gaiden. I think we will definitely record an episode of Duckcast someday together.
That would be. Oh, it'd be easy to do, and plus I can just the podcast, the editing would probably be minimal.
Thanks for
Okay, I guess
watching.
okay.
And if
All right.
if you like to watch, subscribe. And if you really like the video, Aitor, would you like to tell them to subscribe?
No, I
No.
will comply. Subscribe. I've lost hours of my sanity to this channel. This is my compensation.
Yeah.
I kid.
The more
Mostly.
subscribers you get, the more he gets paid.
Please. Please.
Bye
I would
bye.
I don't want to be a literal starving artist.
Bye bye.